Kendall, thank you so much for being part of CSIT's International Symposium, Mind the Gap, at ESPM in Sao Paulo, Brazil. Tell us a little bit about yourself. How long have you been with EF?
I've been with EF for about 8 years, and my focus as director of people is equipping and training our full-time team, as well as our international exchange coordinators and doing some preparation for students and host families prior to their arrival for their exchange year.
So tell us a little bit about the book that this session is based on, The Culture Map by Erin Meyer.
Erin Meyer does her research in a business context, and there's so much that relates to not only how we work with international colleagues, but how international exchange students and host families interact with each other on different metrics. There were just so many moments that she highlights where if we can better understand how people show up in the world, then we can better improve relationships, support, bringing people together as families, just enhance the experience for all of our program participants.
Well, thank you so much for sharing this knowledge with our community. What should the CSIT attendees expect to learn from this session?
So, a big part of what we're going to talk about is taking the research that the author did in the culture map. We're going to look at how she explains how different cultures show up on some key metrics. Cultures show up differently when it comes to communication. Cultures build trust differently. So, my hope is that whether you're a program that works with students from each of the different continents around the world, you will find something that relates to the students that you're working with, as well as the destinations they're going to for their exchange and the people that they're interacting with.
So, where do you feel the biggest communication gap can be between international students or host families or schools?
But what I've seen as one of the biggest communication gaps is actually just a lack of knowledge in this area. Differences in culture go beyond architecture and food and music. If we can start to bridge those gaps and understand that difference, then I think we're going to see the experience for everyone across the board be even better than what we're already offering.
So, we really appreciate you meeting us in Sao Paulo. Thank you so much for being part of our symposium.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm looking forward to being with everyone.